guys, I'm Sally with OwlCrate Jr. and I'm here today with a double unboxing for you. Our whole team took a nice long holiday break, and that means that we're a little bit behind on unboxing, so I get to show you 2 months at once. So let's get right in. First up is our November Parallel Worlds theme. This one was a blast. There are so many great parallel worlds in middle grade fiction, and I got to explore all of them. So as always, on the very top of the box, we've got this little magazine that tells you a bit more about the theme and everything included inside, as well as the artists and companies that we've worked with. And then we've got an interview with the author, a little crossword puzzle for you, a great little community feature on one of our Instagram reps, and information about owl babbles and photo challenges and all that kind of stuff. The first item in this one is a really cool backpack, book bag, kind of like canvas drawstring bag. This was designed by Alex Klaus. He is a fantastic designer illustrator who we've worked with quite a number of times now, but I think this is the biggest thing he's ever done for us, and I just love how it turned out. It says, "Be wise, be brave, be tricky," and that is from Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Definitely the spookiest parallel world that we have referenced in this theme. As you know, Coraline crawls through a little door in her house, in her new house, and finds a completely creepy other version of her world. And everybody's got their button eyes and everything. So we've got the key with the button and a needle and thread and kind of spooky text on there. And it's just this really nice sturdy canvas. You can chuck all your library books in there, cinch it up, and then wear it as a backpack. I just love how this one turned out. Next up, we have our monthly collectible pin. This goes along with the illustration on the cover of the magazine. This is by Melanie Demmer. I just love what she does for us every month. We've got two little characters on there, sort of on opposite ends of what looks like a rainbow stream or something that connects different worlds. Looks very magical, very fantasy-like. Next up, we have The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum in the Puffin Young Raiders chalkboard series. We have included 2 in this series now. We also did Pippi Longstockings in May of 2019. I'm just such a fan of these like reimagined covers for these classic books. I remember reading this book when I was a kid, probably when I was about 10. I remember reading it to myself and just being like amazed at all the details, and like just, it was like, I was such a big fan of the movie, and then the book, there was just like, there was so much more to it, and also so many books beyond the first one. I think there's 13 books in total in this series. I could have that number wrong, but there's lots and lots and lots of books about Dorothy and Oz. So yeah, we hope that you absolutely love this. It's such a nice read aloud. And it's got some fun illustrations in there as well. Next up, we've got these 2 beautiful designs by Holly Dunn. She made these beautiful book plates for us. So you can see it says, "This book belongs to" on each of them. And we've got one inspired by Narnia. You can see the lamppost there and like a wintry scene with the pine cones and hangers and stuff. I love all the little details that she worked into there. And then another one inspired by Alice in Wonderland. You can see her falling down through the tunnel there, and you know, a world of roses and mushrooms and enchanted plants on either side of it. I love Holly's designs. They're so intricate and pretty, and I love her lettering, and yeah, this is just such a fun special thing to put into your favorite books, so you can say, "This book belongs to me," and then if you lend it out, somebody will know exactly who to return it to. So I think I'm actually going to stick one of these into my copy of The Wizard of Oz, show it off for you. So you can see it's just like a nice peel and stick design. Get your book, and I'm going to put it right under the dedication there. This book belongs to Sally. There you go. just lovely. And the last thing that we included before our book pick of the month was just kind of a fun, silly little item. It's this rainbow neutron ball, I call it. It's like a little bouncy ball or like a little stress toy, but to me it looks like some sort of magical object that would be like the key to unlocking another world. So I just thought that was a fun little extra thing to include in there, and you might see why once you read the book of the month. And our book for November was The Starspun Web by Sinead O'Hart. This is just a really cool concept. It's like a little bit sci-fi, a little bit fantasy, and a little bit historical fiction, because it actually does tie in some sort of like wartime elements from around World War II. But before we get into the plot, let's just admire the book itself for a while. I think that this is such a cool illustration with the golden spider web. We've got like fighter planes here and a beautiful castle, and some main characters and a little spider who actually is quite an important character. And underneath that beautiful cover illustration, the book itself is rather lovely as well. We've got the gold spine there. And then embossed right on the cover is that spider in its web. I love it when you get little surprises like that underneath the cover. So our main character in the Starspun Web is Tess DeSouza, and she lives at Ackerby's Home for Lost and Foundlings, which is in a nice twist and an unexpected twist for a lot of stories. It's an orphanage, but run by just like wonderful people, and all of the girls who live in this house are very like supportive friends. It's just like, it's a great place to grow up. So Tess has lived there her whole life. She's grown up there. The women who run it are her family, and she doesn't know anything about her biological family or her story of where she came from. And then one day, out of nowhere, this man shows up at Ackerby's claiming to be her long-lost uncle, and she is meant to go away and live with him at his estate. Miss Ackerby was like, you don't have to go with this man. He has no proof that he's your uncle. But she decides she's going to get to the bottom of this, and that she is a smart enough girl that she won't let this guy get the better of her, and she's going to get to solve this mystery. But before she leaves, Miss Ackerby gives her this object and says, "This arrived with you on the doorstep the night that you came to our home, and we haven't told you this before, but you come from another world." So armed with that information and this object, she goes away, and it is very clear that this man is not who he says he is, and he obviously knows more about Tess than she knows about herself. But along with her trusty pet spider, Violet, she explores and pokes around and figures out the secrets of this new place that she's living in, and it is full of secrets. I won't tell you any more than that, but it's just wonderful. I loved this book. And along with this beautiful hardcover, we also got a signed bookplate by Sinead O'Hart. You can tuck that right inside on the inside cover. She also wrote us a letter, and we got this great little Starspun Web sticker. I really hope that you enjoyed this book as much as I did. It just took me by surprise. And it was so creative, and it just, yeah, it was such a cool blend of genres. So I think you'll really enjoy this one. This item snuck into the crinkle paper and almost hit on me, but we also included this awesome iron-on patch inspired by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was designed by Hey Atlas Creative, our very good friend Cade. It's so neat. It's got this sort of like crackly cartoon lines and stuff on it, that all that electricity from the movie. I just loved this movie. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. But yeah, so you can iron that onto your favorite jean jacket or backpack or something, and show off your Spidey pride. In the bottom of the box, we've got this sneak peek postcard for our December theme, which is Frost and Ice. Which I will show you now. And now onto our December box. This theme was Frost and Ice. We've got the magazine on the cover, again illustrated by Melanie Demmer. This lovely frosty scene of a polar bear and some kids out for a ride in a sleigh. And again, we've got a breakdown of all of the items inside that I'm about to show you. We've got an interview with the author, a really fun do-it-yourself crystal snowflake activity. You just need some borax powder, food coloring, boiling water, pipe cleaners, and some string, and that's about it. And then you can make these very cool like crystal structures. Yeah, reading recommendations, all kinds of fun stuff in here. So the first item in this box was in this very cute little craft paper envelope, and inside we have an exclusive 3D ornament kit by Juniper and Ivy Design. This is one that they made just for us. It's got our logo on it, which I just love, along with a bunch of very cute little woodland creatures. Juniper and Ivy do laser etched and laser cut wood items. They do like bookmarks and little like awards and things like that, and lots of they've done like a magnetic brooch for us before, but this they really outdid themselves, I think. So as you can see, it just comes in this like simple flat little piece of wood. So you just peel off the back really gently. So you just very gently punch out all of these little wooden pieces. Got a raccoon and a deer, some lovely trees. And then just with this very simple little base here, you can put all of them onto it and create yourself a little like wintry scene. There we go. We'll put a porcupine in the front, a little raccoon next to him. Thread that right through and loop it so that it can hang like that. And then this whole ring, you can slot this in. There you go. And then you have this beautiful little 3D winter wonderland scene. It was so cool seeing these hanging on people's trees this year. I have mine up on a shelf in my house because I don't know, I'd like to enjoy it all year round. I don't think it has to just be a holiday decoration. But yeah, I'm just so impressed with how this one came together. I love working with Juniper and Ivy Design. And also, it smells delicious. It smells like a campfire. So we hope that you love this, this little ornament. Next up is this great little winter knit hat beanie. We call them toques in Canada. Tell me in the comments below what you call this kind of hat wherever you live. There's so many different names for them. But this was designed by Michelle Gray, and it is Harry Potter inspired. Along the headband here, it says Lumos and Nox, which, as I'm sure you remember, is the illumination spell and the counter spell to turn the lights back out again. But we figured it's dark in the winter, you can always use a little bit more light, and so that was a useful thing to have on a wintry day. Let's put this one on and show it off. Michelle has designed, I think 3 or 4 different beanies for OwlCrate now. So we thought it was about time for OwlCrate Jr. to have their own. Got my little pom-pom up there. I have been wearing mine around. It's been very chilly here for the last couple weeks, and yeah, they're nice and snug and super warm, and yeah, I love it. I love the blue and white. It all fits perfectly, I think, with our frost and ice theme. I'm gonna keep this on for the rest of the unboxing. The next item in our box is this cute little mini Snowball bath bomb. This is from Whipped Up Wonderful, another company that we've worked with over and over again because we just love their the quality of the products that they come up with. And this is the Snowball mini bath bomb. Got the ingredients on there, so anybody with sensitive skin, you'll know what you're getting into. And it's got just like a nice a light vanilla mint scent to it, which is super cozy. So if you've had a day out in the snow playing and you need to warm up at the end of the day, you can chuck this in your bath and warm up. It smells so yummy. And it's a little bit sparkly on top too, which is always a fun little extra. Then we have got our collectible pin of the month. This is actually the last collectible pin we're doing in this style. Starting with the January 2020 box, we have switched to a monthly collectible sticker instead, and we've included a sticker book, which I will show you all about next month. Yeah, this is the last one of this run of collectible pins. So we ended it with this adorable little polar bear. And the last item before we get to our book of the month is a slimy Gloop slime kit. The slime craze shows no signs of slowing down at this point, and I, for one, am a big fan of it. I think it's very satisfying to play with. So when I found these kits, I was like, I think we for sure need to include this. They're a lot of fun. So we went with the Cloud Gloop Kit. It comes with this pot of slime, a little package of sparkles, and this blue powder that you actually like knead and mix into the slime, and it makes it like the whole thing this very like fluffy slimy texture. It's quite satisfying to mix it all in, because you actually do have to like knead it for quite a while to get it in there. And then it comes with this adorable little like squishy cloud as well that you can kind of just like, it can live on top of the pile of slime. Oh, instant snow, of course, that's what this is. So it really does like react with the moisture in the slime, and it expands, and so this pile of slime gets quite a bit bigger. Yeah, lots of fun. It's got a little carrying case so you can keep it contained in there when you're not squishing it in your hands. Yeah, I love slime, I gotta say. I get the craze. And last but certainly not least is our book of the month, and that is A Voyage of the Frost Heart by Jamie Littler. Ave and I had the pleasure of doing a live chat with Jamie yesterday, and he was so much fun, so just like happy and excited about his own book, and it was just such a pleasure talking to him. He's a very cool guy. This book is just so much fun. It's like this Arctic adventure fantasy. I think if you enjoyed our book of the month from last December, the Polar Bear Explorers Club, you'll really enjoy this one. It also had like a real sort of How to Train Your Dragon vibe. Just like fun, fast-paced action fantasy adventure. And there's also like, there's great friendships, and there's great characters, and there's great monsters and bad guys. It's just a blast. The main character in this book is Ash, the little guy in the front of the illustration here. He lives in a little town named Fira, where he's kind of the outcast of town. His parents are explorers or like pathfinders, but they've been missing for quite some time. So he has sort of been assigned to, sort of adopted by, but he's like left in the care of a Yeti named Tobu, who is very no nonsense, but is always looking out for him. But there is an event that happens at like an annual festival, and basically Ash has been exiled. So he joins the crew of the Frost Heart, which is this great big sleigh that travels like the ice that just goes throughout all of this land. But underneath this ice, there are monsters called Leviathans that are constantly trying to catch them. And it also turns out that Ash has a very special power that he can connect to the Leviathans, which is the reason that he was exiled in the first place. You are not allowed to use these powers if you have them. It all sounds a little bit complicated, but trust me that this is it's so much fun. It is also full of illustrations that are also done by Jamie Littler. This is his debut book, but before that he's been an illustrator for years and years and years. So he got to bring his own story to life with the illustrations. It's just a hoot. And we also confirmed yesterday that this is the first in a trilogy. So if you love this one, you have to wait a little bit, but there will be more to this story. So along with the book, we included this signed bookplate by Jamie Littler. You can stick that right on the title page inside. A very cute little Frost Heart pencil. Maybe you can write your own stories with that. and a nice long author letter from Jamie Littler with the cover art on the opposite side. So there you go, that all came with your book. And then at the bottom of this box is a sneak peek of our January box, which we just mailed out, and that is Magical Maps. I'll be doing an unboxing all about that next month. Yeah, I'm very proud of this one. I think it was a great way to start 2020. So there you go, guys, 2 months in one video. We are all sold out of that December box, but as of this filming, we do still have some of the November boxes available at shop.owlcrate.com if you want to go scoop one of those up. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish videos every week. Happy reading, and thanks for being awesome. Bye!